Are we still going to worship Jesus, even if we're still called to carry the cross, even if that miracle isn't provided to us? Hello, St. Tim's, Father Patrick here. This last week in the Mass readings, there was a lot of talk about miracles happening and Jesus healing people. And it brought up a really interesting conversation that I had with a good priest friend of mine who had called me on Sunday night to talk about the gospel reading for Monday and what all this meant for us. And, it's interesting as we approach Easter, we're getting close to getting to Holy Week. The readings at daily Mass and at Sunday Mass are really going to start talking about the cross and what it's going to be for Jesus to actually go to his crucifixion, his death. It brought to mind a conversation that I have often with people about the crosses that we carry in our lives, the prayers that we ask for Jesus for healing, for help. And some of those times those prayers seem to go unanswered, and Jesus says, I'm going to the cross and I ask you to come with me. And the question we had for each other, my priest friend and I, was, are we still going to worship Jesus, even if we're still called to carry the cross, even if that miracle isn't provided to us, even if that healing doesn't come to us? Are we still going to worship Christ? There is a scene in the book of Daniel where Nebuchadnezzar is insisting that everybody bow down and worship him and worship this idol that he has created. And there are three young men who refuse, and they get thrown into the fire. And they make this comment. Basically, it says, we know that God can deliver us from this, but even if he does not, I will not bow down and I will not worship a false god. And so the question I was asking myself and my friend, and I ask all of us, is that I know that there's a lot of prayers that we have. I know there's a lot of miracles we would like to see happen in our lives. I know there's a lot of crosses that we ask God to take away. But if those are not taken away, are we still going to worship God? Or are we going to demand God of our worship for him to do things for us? And I think it's a wonderful spiritual exercise for us, that sometimes the greatest witness that we can give to other people is, despite the crosses that we carry, despite the burdens in our life, we still praise and worship the God who has created us. It's a hard lesson, and it's something that I have to take personally to my own prayer life, but I think it's one worthy of God. God bless you and have a great week.